Welcome into my great Pisces. It is time for your urgent reading for March 2024. I would normally say that this reading is meant and designed to work in tandem with your monthly general reading for March for Pisces, which aired about a week ago. But since this is a Messages from Heaven spread that we're doing for you for extra, it usually has nothing to do with the previous spread. However, if that is information that you missed, that reading will autoplay at the end of this one. This is one of, like I said, my Messages from Heaven is one of my most intricate spreads that I do. Let's get started, shall we? So your Messages from Heaven, I already know from my pre-card work that I've done earlier in the month that we're going to be dealing with the male here. It's very actually obvious that we're dealing with the male. So this is a deceased loved one of maybe one or two of my Pisces here that is a male. Now I know that my querent here is going to be a female, and I know that because the deck they wanted me to use for you, I call it my geometric deck, and in the card that they came in on is the card of siblings, close friends. It's more like brother-sister energy, aunt-uncle energy, or best friend energy of the opposite sex. So this is a male coming in, letting me know that we're talking to a female. If you are a male tuning into this reading, it's just not for you. You know, in a general reading, it's hard to get everybody, especially in a Messages from Heaven. They usually just are kind of picking on one or two here, or not picking on, but you know what I mean, like really kind of focusing on helping a couple people out with their messaging here. But a Messages from Heaven is available as a personal audio product on scottsagent.com. So even if this is not you that we're talking to here today, and you do want to consult one of your loved ones, you can do that as a personal audio product, scottsagent.com, called Messages from Heaven. In fact, it is one of my most popular products. So this male here, what he comes in and tells in his storyline is that he made a bad decision. This is somebody who I feel like probably was taken earlier than expected, whether it was an accident of some form or maybe took his own life or something like that. But a bad decision is what he calls it, is the story. But even though it seems from our perspective that it was a bad decision, he's letting us know here that when he got to the other side, when he got to heaven, he actually realized that that was more fated, that it was more supposed to happen the way it was supposed to happen. And he finds that very intriguing. He's like, it's very kind of weird how it played out. He's very interested in kind of the way it unfolded, I guess, or the way that the story was actually written behind the scenes. But he says he's doing excellent. He brings in my milk and honey card, which is talking about how sweet it is, how sweet heaven is. I feel like he was more made for that world than this world. Something like that is the energy. He does say that he is sad about the disconnect from you, though. I have my Two of Cups inverted, so it's showing two people embracing, like flipped upside down, like I can't do that anymore. I can't hug you anymore. But besides that, I'm doing great. I'm doing excellent. Now we go around the table here, and here are the different moving parts. The first section here is in response to questions. So this is something that you would ask this gentleman. And what he talks about is really nurturing your mindset. That's his response to like the questions that you'd have. He really wants you to cater to your mind, your mental health. And he shows that you're doing a good job of that too, especially as it turns into relationships. More of like a mental health towards relationships. It's very important that you stay up here, very two thumbs up, okay? He does talk about getting over just small little problems. So maybe you asked about something that he would consider a small problem, and he's saying that you just need to get over that and you'll be good. Coming in very good there. Now, he was very chatty when we get down to here. This is the advice section. So we're giving him the microphone and saying, okay, well, what advice do you have for her right here in this moment? What he talks about first is my Lover's card inverted. So it could be about relationship advice with the relationship that this woman is in, okay? Saying that, you know, especially if it's unhealthy, since I have my Lover's inverted, it gives me the idea that that may be the case here. So just, you know, you got to avoid toxic situations, unhealthy relationships, even if they're not romantic, even if it's like an unhealthy relationship at work or something like that. That's what they talk about here, unhealthy thing between two people, coming in blocked. I also have my Justice card inverted, which can be about legal things here and the need to like make legal moves here. This could be like a divorce or something like that. This can also be a card about just the fact that you feel robbed on time here with this person. Maybe, like I said, it feels like he kind of like went earlier. Like this is not somebody who died old. Okay, I don't feel like it's somebody who necessarily died super young either, but earlier than expected is the vibe. So taken too soon is the advice. And the advice is saying, I was taken too soon. We didn't have enough time, but you still have time. Okay, you need to use the authority to fix whatever this situation is with love is to get this turned around, even if it's your relationship with him. Okay, maybe you have a lot of grief. You're really just terribly still sad about losing him. That could be what he's talking about here too in the Lover's card. Whatever version of that this goes, we have the Emperor card inverted, which means you need to be authoritative with this. You need to get full control of it. You need to be the boss, and you need to take care of what you need to take care of. What he actually wants to see you do here is build something. He brings in building blocks, and they show a woman on top of blocks. So that just further reiterates the fact that we are talking to a woman here, and from a male. And he really wants to see you build yourself up at the very least. Maybe it's actual goals, like you're trying to build something, buy a house, really start a family. Whatever it is you're trying to build here is really what he talks about doing. So that is the advice from him. Focus on your building, not so much on love issues, love problems, and really getting control of that through any means necessary. When we go over here, guys, who he is with in his environment, I believe that he is with another young person who passed. He describes this as the golden child. I have my sun card that shows a child, and then I have a Prince of Wands. So I believe that this is a young male, another young male. He spends a lot of time with this young male. The last section that we arrive at here is the question, what he spends his energy doing. I've been doing a lot of these readings, over the course of my tarot tenure, and I see a lot of diversity here with, sometimes they're very distant galaxy. They're very far away, other worlds, different higher planes of existence and all that kind of stuff. But here, this person is very much still here. He's very much still earthbound, grounded around the area, low dimensional plane. So he can actually help affect a lot of things in your life directly because of that. Now, what he shows he's actually doing is very interesting to me because it shows that he's really helping people. I don't know if it's people or if he's building something like behind the scenes, but it feels like what he's working on is actually the physical plane. That's what lets me know he's still here. But he's helping to build beauty. He's helping to kind of fix problems with health. Okay, so it makes me feel like playing doctor a little bit, but it's more like physical bound. So I'm not really sure the angle here, but it makes me feel like nature, nurture, and really that's what he spends his energy doing. He must love it. He comes in as really appreciating it and able to plant a lot of seeds too, I believe, like especially in your mind. You can have dreams about this person. You can have an idea one morning when you didn't have the idea the day before. And this is his influence here, really kind of helping to plant those seeds. And I have a little bird holding a little, like a little berry there in the picture of that card that gives me the idea of planting that seed. So as you can see here, very interesting spread. I love messages from heaven, but it is very specific. So if you are looking for your own messages from heaven to connect to one of your deceased loved ones, I offer this as a personal audio product on my website, scottsagent.com. Worth checking out, guys. I hope you have an excellent March. Always good to connect with you. Have a great March. I know you will.
So I guess the fortune teller's right.